Alright, and we're back again for another Dawn of War Soulstorm replay on the Iceflow map. So yes, I'm going to be playing as the Necrons in this one, and yeah, it's going to be on the 2 versus 2 map Iceflow, so it doesn't leave too much room for manoeuvring. Basically got a straight path from one base to the other base. As you can see, we've also got a little path through the middle, so a bit of a simplistic map, but does have a few bits of negative cover. I think some bits of positive cover possibly, just mostly negative cover though. I suppose some areas in between the allied bases as well, so yes. It's team at the bottom right consisting of myself, Lightman 2009 playing as the Necrons, also got Zero Serio playing as the Battle Sisters, and top left team we've got Voyakar playing as the Chaos Space Marines, and yeah, we've got Hugo there playing as the Orcs. So of course I make a bit of a blunder at the beginning by building a minefield right next to a, not minefield, but by trying to build a turret right next to a minefield. I don't think the Orc player actually intended to build the minefield right next to it himself, but yeah, it just happened to be rather unfortunate positioning, and of course I tried to keep building it anyway, but yeah, my builders eventually got taken out, and yeah, Hugo managed to get the strategic point initially. On the left though, it looks like Zero Serio trying to capture this flag point, strategic point I say, with his missionary, but for whatever reason he decided to send them into melee against his cultists. In my opinion, it would have been better off if he just went straight for the strategic point, and there we go, finally he's deciding to do that. Because the missionary, while he does pretty good amounts of disruption with his massive staff there, he doesn't actually do much damage. He really is more of a supporting unit there. But yeah, these cultists though, they're being pretty annoying. Forcing Voyakar to put a couple of his squads into melee there, but there we go, finally forcing them back, shooting the crap out of them, and I just changed the game's perspective actually, there we go, so we'll just change the perspective to my Orc opponent, and yeah, as you can see, I've got my Necron warriors again. They're standing basically on top of the minefield there, getting quite a bit of disruption inflicted upon them, as well as massive amounts of conventional damage, so I should have brought a Scarab squad with them to spot the minefield, but yeah, unfortunately, for whatever reason I decided not to do that. I managed to take out the minefield eventually, but yeah, as you can see now, my Necron warriors are engaged in close combat with the big mech. The big mech showing utter disdain for them, yeah, smacking that guy about, and yeah, basically just forcing the rest of them to retreat. So too good indeed, to say the least. At the same time though, the strategic point hasn't been captured yet by either team, but this critical location, which I believe is the only one on the map, yep, the only critical location in the middle of the map is of course being captured by Hugo, given that yeah, the top left team now has control over the middle of the map, which usually will spell the well, basically spell their doom for the other team. So I'll just have to see what happens. So yeah, Hugo building a listening post on top of that. We've also got a couple of critical locations, but they don't really play too much of a role, given that they're basically in the rear of both teams' bases, so you're usually not going to get any direct attacks on the other. I suppose jump troops, they should be able to jump over this, I think. Yeah, they should be able to jump over this barely, and then maybe to try to decap a critical location, but usually, yeah, you don't really see that in play. Usually it's the these three midpoints in this particular map that are the most heavily contested ones. And yeah, with them in the hands of our opponents, it's going to be a bit tricky for us to recover, because the longer they hold onto these points, the greater the disadvantage becomes. So, yeah, usually the game is decided relatively quickly, but it can actually go on for a bit longer, depending on you know, how effective each team actually has ward that. We'll see what happens. In either case, we've managed to briefly repulse the Orc attack, so Hugo decided to use the teleport on his big mech even to get his guys out there as quickly as possible. But lo and behold, he has a cultist squad out with frag grenades apparently. Oh no, not frag grenades, sorry, with grenade launchers, using them to disrupt these Battle Sister squads, doing a bit of damage here. Actually doing a bit of area of effect damage, I think. Quite a few of these Battle Sisters have pretty low health, but they're not actually dead yet, so a couple of hits will get them killed off rather quickly. For some reason I decided to leave my Necron warriors in the fray there, so basically sacrificing the squad there, and okay, not bothering to reinforce them even, so basically, looks like we're making our last little stand here, but the problem is though, our opponents would have a pretty big lead on us at the moment. Although, oh, actually, no, never mind. They do still have that listening post. Yeah, so that Zero guy decided to counter harass with his Canoness. But the problem is, yeah, she's going to take a bit of time taking out that listening post. Rather unfortunate. And yeah, at the same time, my base is under siege though. My opponent's asking if I had Solar Pulse missing. I don't have it yet. In fact, I don't even have the Forbidden Archives there. So there we go. Finally starting to build it, but I think it's probably a bit late at this stage. My base is still under siege. A couple of buildings starting to go down. My plasma generators are in quite a bit of danger of going down as well. And yeah, as you can see, we just don't really have much to support. Although we do have a couple of squads of Battle Sisters armed with flamethrowers, though, so might be able to do a bit of damage there. But yeah, as you can see, my Necron Warrior is just getting caught out in melee, and yeah, they do actually do an interesting job of disrupting melee troops that are used against them. But yeah, as you can see, they'll eventually get taken down there. So that guy getting a nice little sink kill on my Necron Warrior, very unfortunate. But there you go. At the very least, managed to get the Orc presence that was at the rear of my base out of there, and yeah, now these Battle Sister squads are being used against Hugo's Shooter Boys. Doesn't have a pile of guns yet though, but apparently if he did get it, he can get those shooters, because you need Orc pop for that as well, which apparently he does have there. In case he doesn't look like he's too interested in getting that just yet. Instead of getting a couple of war banners up and a generator, not getting a pile of guns just yet. If you managed to get that up, could have gotten big shooters as well, would have basically won the match that much more quickly. Oh, what the hell, we're not beaten quite yet though. We just have two squads of Battle Sisters. They're at pretty low health though, a few of their members. They are equipped with flamers though, which are pretty nice at doing area of effect damage, as you can see, as well as demoralizing troops. And I think actually we might have I think Zero might have a couple of those flame grenades as well. Don't know if that was actually some of the effects of using it, or whether it was just the flamethrowers using it. But yeah, in either case, yeah, we're just pretty much beaten at this point. Our armies have pretty much been destroyed. Zero's Canoness has decided to come in to join the battle, and Waker still has a strategic point captured though. Zero saying is going to be at tier 2 soon, and I'm rebuilding my Necron Lord as well, so I can't remember which abilities he actually comes with. I wonder if we switch it to my perspective. Damn it, it doesn't actually show. Oh well, what the hell, I just presume he doesn't have any abilities. Oh, there we go. Yeah, at the very least has phase shifter, so I guess he'll be acting as a bit of a damage sponge. Oh, actually, there we go, he has solar pulse as well, so there we go, managing to do a bit there. And yeah, me just letting Milo know about using the solar pulse there. Yeah, but yeah, of course now Hugo's got the vehicle planted down. He's saying phew because he managed to repulse the attack briefly. Well, speaking of which, actually do have Missionary taking, or rather at least decapturing a strategic point of the Voyager. Problem is they still have this listening post with a war banner, presumably just for defense there. And yeah, they're already up to tier 2 with vehicles. While Zero, presuming that he is at tier 2, doesn't really have any tier 2 things out, to say the least. Although at the very least he has upgraded with his Battle Sisters to heavy bolters, although he does have a couple of flamers still on an old squad there, so a bit of an unfortunate mixture. But there we go, managing to get heavy bolters on them, not too shabby. But of course Hugo being prepared for this, he's actually got a couple of war tracks with bomb chuckers there. Let's see, actually no, Zero doesn't even have any Celestian squads out, so we don't really have any anti-tank ability at the moment. And we've also got Voyager coming in with a Chaos Rhino as well, presumably with troops with it. Maybe he's got troops in it. Yeah, there we go, he's got a few troops in it. Oh, and there we go, the good old flame grenades. Oh no, phosphor grenades, I think they were. Phosphor grenades being used by those Battle Sisters, but yeah, not being able to do too much damage there. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. I suppose what Zero could have done is, it could have gone to tier 2. Oh, it does have Celestians now, but it could have gone to tier 2, researched the Empress Touch ability for use on the Missionary and his attached squad, but I don't think actually has many missionaries out. I think I only had that single one to capture this listing post, sending this one out. Somebody's going to get killed off by the combined fire of these two buildings, of course. And really, it's just a matter of too little, too late. My base is again under siege, and the power generators that were once around here are basically destroyed. I'm reduced to 3 power generators. This one's slowly getting taken out as well. The bomb truck is doing a bit of damage there with missile launchers. And yeah, generally my base is not doing too well, to say the least. It is a tier 2 though, but not really much to say for itself, to say the least. And yeah, of course, me saying we're screwed, aren't we? Zero saying sorry, but that's right. I mean, I was kind of new at the game as well. Or newish anyway, rusty. And of course I was also playing with a race that I don't really play as either, so what the hell. Going with a good old random race function to keep up, well, just to make things a bit more refreshing as well, and the race is a bit more as well. So there we go, there's a GG, and the game should be ending in a second. There we go, there goes one player, and yeah, I'll be gone as well in a second. There we go, so getting a nice little still image there of a couple of explosions and such, so nice little bit of detail, at least aesthetic detail in the game, to show me. So until next time, this has been Dame Vidovich, signing off.